Okay, so welcome back. We're going to talk about you know lots of different stuff today. Um, First of all, let's just give it a few seconds, um, and we're already getting the nihilistic comments here. But let's just give it a few seconds so that people can join um, the chat. Now, I haven't been doing live streams for some time now because I've been busy. Um, This is not my real job. I am a novelist and I have a deadline. So that's what I've been doing. Um, okay, lots of people are joining now. And yeah, that's wonderful. People from all over the globe. The globe, because it's not flat. It's amazing. It's amazing. We live in an interesting time. Um, a very interesting time. Okay. So, where do I start? Um, First of all, thank you to the new subscribers. I guess there are some new people here since last time I did a live stream, and this is my live streaming channel. Mostly, I do live streams here, and you will find links to my other YouTube channels and other social media and website and everything in the video description. Oh, hi there, Jen. Um, yeah, so it's like you have to choose. And I think I've talked about this in another live stream, and but that's a long time ago. And it's like, have you noticed that it seems like everything now is moving in a certain direction where your choices are being taken away? Now, you'll have to follow my train of thought here, okay? Um, well, YouTube is a good example. They will not let you know about my new videos, but they will recommend the crap that they want you to see, right? And it was not like that before because it was subscription based, and it's not like that anymore. Um, and now everything seems to be moving in a direction where your choices are being taken away. You must eat a certain type of food. No meat, by the way, no meat. Then you're being a naughty boy or a naughty girl. That sounded a little bit like I'm talking about something else, but that's okay. And you're not supposed to drive a car. You're not supposed to have a fireplace in your house, and you're supposed to think in a certain way. You're supposed to use certain words. And there is wrong speak. I do a lot of wrong speak, and I guess we all know where that term comes from. It's a perfect term to use here, you know. Um, so your choices are being taken away, and we're being herded like cattle towards a certain location. No, I'm not talking about the slaughterhouse. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying we're being herded like cattle, and we're not supposed to have individual thought. We're not supposed to be free thinkers. And for me, in my profession as a novelist, I see, artificial intelligence, so-called artificial intelligence, is just glorified copying, And that seems to be where all these large publishing houses are going. That's what they want. Um, and that's a big problem. And you know what the most stupid words that I hear, you know what those are? We need to use artificial intelligence for good, or it's a tool that we must learn to use and so on. It's so stupid, don't say that. It's like, oh, we must use the nuclear bomb for good. No, it's not going to be used for good. It's going to be used for copying other people's creative work, paintings, novels, music, so that they can mass produce glorified copies. That's what it is. It's threatening my livelihood. And if you think it's not coming to YouTube, well, it's already on YouTube. It's already here. Um, so those people who do the same in every single effing video, I have some news for you. You're going to be gone very soon. You're going to be replaced with artificial intelligence very soon. And you know. But anyway, again, you have a choice. You have a choice. And the choice is to opt out of all of that. And no, nobody's coming to out in the woods to catch you and to put you in a little box somewhere. That's not going to happen. They don't care about that. You have the freedom out there. It's still there. It's waiting for you. And I am one of the lucky ones because I know how to thrive out in nature. Um, that's where I want to be. And if it comes to that, and it really looks like it is coming to that, that's where I will be. Um, and I'm being a little bit dramatic here, but come on, we can be a little bit dramatic now and then. I think that's okay. Because what I'm seeing now is that all the choices are being taken away. Now, for instance, I'm trying to buy a car. Of course, this being Norway, you can't buy a new car because that's like so expensive because of the taxes oh, um, but also, they've poured all these taxes and fees into the thing so that you can buy an little electric car where I can't, not, which is not big enough for my dogs or if I want to bring my backpack or a gear like that. I have a lot of stuff very often with me. I can't have a stupid little car like that. And people will be writing in the comments buy, and then they will mention some big four-wheel drive. Yeah, I would like to buy that. Give me $1 million or something, because this is effing Norway. So the choice that you have is still there. It's just that you have to choose, are you going to be part of the so-called modern society or not? Are you going to have freedom or comfort? You know? So for me, I've thrown away that effing smartphone. I'm very much, I would say, you know, my presence on social media is very automated so that I will make content and it's automated when it uploads and so on. Um, and yeah, I made that choice. I'm not going to be part of this new kind of living where you're herded like cattle, or where all your choices have been taken away, I'm not going to be part of that. And I'm not a hunter, but if it's like because I'm not sacrificing my health for these effing bastards, and that's what they are. They had this meeting. Was it COP 28? They call it. I don't know. I'm cursing a lot. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Why they had this? Why they call it 28? I don't care. These people they fly all their private jets and they met in, was it Dubai or some of those ridiculous stupid countries, and they met there and you know talking about what the peasants us need to do, um, how we need to live, and so on and so on. While they're making deals, the oil companies are making deals. That's why they're there. You do realize that. Oh, okay. The oil companies and the mining companies, they mine for the components to the batteries for electric cars and so on. They're all there to make deals. Isn't it obvious? I mean, it's like I mentioned this on my last video on the previous video on the main channel, that it's like they're it's a rude expression, but it's a good one. Um, they're they're pissing on you without even the courtesy of calling it rain. Um, so yeah, and it's like there's a TV in this house. I don't like that. But it's no having a smartphone. It's just the same as a TV these days, I would say. But anyway, I do check sometimes what they are showing people on the so-called linear TV. You know, it's all crap. I mean, you must be incredibly stupid to find any joy watching that nonsense. I mean, I must admit I watched Forged in Fire. It's a little bit stupid, the tests and it's that, it's a bit stupid, but it's a bit fun too. But that's about it. You know, it's just nonsense upon nonsense. And I keep asking myself, who is watching this crap? And a lot of people are. And I don't buy it when people say that, oh, I'm just watching it because they're so stupid. No, that's not why you're watching it. No, you're watching these reality TV shows and things like that because you find it exciting. That's the reason. Um, Thrilling. And yeah. But anyway, enough complaining. So, you don't have to be part of that. And people say, well, I live in a city. And it's easy for you to say, well, move. And I'm pretty sure if you take the monthly costs of your TV subscription things, your smartphone, your public transport, your coffee latte or whatever, uh, and all these things, and you add that together, you could spend that on a cheap house in a rural area instead. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay. Um, yeah, Jason says that Jason and I, we were here before the internet. It was a better world. Yeah, I agree. I disagree a little bit. Yeah, I absolutely agree. But also, the internet is great in the way that I can do this still. I think the internet was great, but now it's just being used as a means of control. Um, and yeah, So, okay. Did I get my point across? You need to make a choice now. We're moving very, very fast towards a type of society and a type of existence where you will not have any choices. You will be herded like cattle from one day to the other. Even the search function is they're taking that away now. Well, they're calling it that. That's not really what it is. People are saying, on the internet, I Google it. No, don't Google it. I mean, don't do that. Don't you see? When you Google it, that's you're not getting. Uh, you're then getting what Google wants you to see. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Get out of the matrix. You can't do that. And to all the little haters and trolls who are claiming, they're saying, whenever I say that, they say, oh, you're in the matrix, you're on YouTube. You fucking idiots. Don't you see? If I talk to a tree, do you hear me? No, you don't. So I'm here now to tell you guys that when I close this laptop computer here and I walk out the door, no cell phone, nothing. Well, I might take this one here. I'm not in the matrix. And this is difficult for some people to understand. I'm perfectly comfortable walking around with no cell phone. I'm in the woods, down by the sea. I'm not in the matrix then, am I? Okay. So, I call it the avatar principle, by the way. You go in and you use your avatar. Now, this is not an avatar, this is me. And you automate the stuff uh, on social media and so on, so that it kind of runs on itself. No, don't get me wrong, I do produce the videos, but I automate the uploads very often. Okay. So Michael says no one person can be free without all being free. Why is that? Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm a free person, you know. Someone else might not be, so that means I'm not. That doesn't make any sense. The local president in Argentina, well, it's a bit funny. That's all I can say about that. So, um, yeah, Andrew says plugging into the matrix to send a message is fine. Yeah, just like in the movie. The important thing is making sure you pull the plug when you're done making your point. Yeah, I'll still keep chatting a little bit with you guys. So, yeah, Jason, exactly. You watch all the people staring into their phones while you're unplugged. Yeah, it's a bit sad to see that, but also I understand why people do that because they're bored, with their life very often. I kind of wish I was more bored because I'm so busy all the time. Um, but yeah. Joshua Carpenter is asking, what are the people in your area like? Are they plugged into the matrix? Yes, they are. Yes, absolutely. Um, absolutely. I'll just scroll up a little bit because it's always nice to respond to some of the comments here. Anarcho says things are accelerating. Yes, yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, Andy Noble says my whole family is glued to TV series. I mean, addicted. So sad they talk about things from programs as if they are real. Um, so yeah, okay. I'll just scroll down now. Okay, lots of comments there, which is great. Um, Google glasses. No, I won't be getting a pair of Google glasses. And DJ Lewis says the phones are doing exactly what they planned them to do. Yeah, they are. Phones are an addiction. They made a reality show about it. Yeah, they are. And um, when I threw away my smartphone, that's a long time ago now. But I did. I can't remember, but there might have been some that it felt a little bit strange not to have that smartphone. Um, but it's I don't know if it was an addiction to me, but I've never looked back. Um, yeah, Joshua Carpenter, important question here. What is it like with digital ID and cash and restrictions in your area? You feel free where you are? Well, I feel free where I am, but that's just because I can walk out the door, I can walk into through the woods, or I can. Well, now it's icy. The fjord is icy, but most of the year I can sail away, or I can just hike away. I don't do that, but I could do it. Um, and the digital ID thing, that's. I wish people could just say no to that. I wish people could just say, you know what? You're not going to do that. It's not okay. We don't accept that. And then they say, well, you have to have that, and you have to have your smartphone and your digital ID and all that. No, throw away your smartphone. We could end this and have all their plans shattered today if we all threw away our smartphone. And I believe that's the only way to do it. And it's very destructive for me to say that because it harms my views here on YouTube. But there are things more important than my views here on YouTube. And this is one of those things. So, yeah, it's like, I know, of course, people will not do that. They won't do that. Yeah, it takes a mass boycott. But it's not going to happen because the genius thing that they did was that they gave people the opportunity to have that little surveillance device, which they love so dearly. You know, um, it's their life. It's 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 their soul, um, even. You know, so why? They, it's like it's so funny when people say that. Well, they will inject you with tracking devices. Why would they do that? What's the point? People are already clinging to that tracking device, which is the smartphone. Yeah, Lars says if you're tired of all this, spend a time with animal, especially horses. They are so authentic and they only communicate with body language. Yeah, I have the dogs. Um, so, are they doing the ads in the middle here again? We can't, as YouTube creators, we can't opt out of that anymore. Yeah. Did you get the ads? I don't see that from here, but it's yeah. Um, Jason says, walking around without a phone is like it's just being one that didn't take the little poke in the arm during the big cough. It's you're an outsider to others, and they are becoming threatened by us because we are still alive. Yeah. And I have this funny thing. I shouldn't say it here on YouTube, but I don't care anymore. But it's like I have so many knives. Here's Opinel. It's a wonderful little knife. Oh, oh, look at this guy. The guy showing his knife here is like a bad person. Okay. Uh, why don't we give the kids a knife, a whittling knife, instead of that iPad, or smartphone, whatever? It's much less dangerous with a knife. Just saying, you know. Um, um, so yeah. So okay. So let's talk a little bit about this. Being a rebel. Basically, how to be a rebel these days. I'll tell you who is not a rebel. Well, I'll tell you. Let's go back to, I guess that was the 80s, 70s, 80s. The punks, they were rebels, and they had this crazy hairstyle and all that. Oh, they looked like rebels. Now, if you see people with crazy hair and typically all the metal like things in their face and all that, you can be pretty sure they're not rebels. That's sort of the woke uniform, right? So that's the rebels now are the people who walk out the door without a smartphone, people who refuse to have the poke in the shoulder, um, and people who will just say what they think and say what they mean. Those are the rebels. And add to that, if you're being honest about life, how the world works, if you have some knowledge about history, human history and so on, that's extremely rebellious. Um, if you question the official narrative, oh, you're being a dangerous rebel then. You're being a naughty boy, naughty girl. There, there, I said it again. um, so, yeah, I love the 80s as well. I was not so very old back then, but that was fun. uh, Moonhawk, are you punk on the inside now? Did you used to be a punk? uh, yeah, that's funny. Um, yeah. So Alstanarko says woke is flower power gone meta. Outer Watch Norway, born 1974. Yeah, well, Gen X. I'm Gen X as well. The best generation. But yeah, that was an interesting and fun time to be a child and to grow up in, before the internet and all that. So yeah, we did some crazy stuff when I was a little kid. I mean, oh, if kids try to do that now, um, no, they can't do that now. So yeah, but it's like it's a bit of a joke when I say Gen X is the best generation. Of course, I'll say that because I'm Gen X, but it's a joke, of course. Um, we shouldn't categorize people based on when they were born, their looks, or anything really, because I have learned that you will find good people in all disguises. No, in all sorts of different people from all sorts of different backgrounds. You can find good people there. So Asta Anarko was born in the 60s. Is that still Gen X? I think I don't know when they well 1950. I'm pretty sure that's a baby boomer. That's the baby boomer, Kathleen. But I don't know exactly when they. I don't know. 60s is baby boomer. Okay. So interesting, Catherine. Let's get a little bit serious here. Is Norway standing against the new WHO amendments due for May 2024? No, that's the short answer. I think they just recently, or they are going to vote for a continuation or a making the pandemic law in Norway permanent, which means that the health authorities will not have to. They can just make decisions and implement whatever they want without having what you call the Stortinget. That's the people when you vote. You know, the people you vote for. They sit in the big hall. That's the what to call that? You would say Congress in the USA, House of Commons. Is that well? But anyway, they won't need a democratic process to do these things. They can just do it, and I think they either just decided to do that or to make that permanent, or they're going to, which is yet another. It ties into what I talked about here about we are going to be herded like cattle, and your choices are going to be taken away. You're going to be told what to eat, how to live, where to where to walk, not to walk, and you know. So yeah, the answer is no. They're just going to follow the madness. I'm not going to. And it's like there is very few things that provoke me more than when people who is not me or a physician, a trained physician who I might ask for advice. No, I'll go back a little bit. If when people tell me what I should do with my own physiology, that's extremely provoking. With my health, that's extremely provoking. I was trying to say that, of course, if I feel ill, I might go see a doctor, and I will listen to that doctor's advice if the doctor is being objective, not paid by big. We can't say that word. The people who make the cough medicine and all that, you know. Um, so, yeah. Hmm. So, yeah, Bitcoin mining says a skin has to be a line in the sand. Yeah, I would say before that, even. Um, Joshua Carpenter, I will make videos about Ragnarok and other parts of the Norse so-called heathen belief system, and I will do that on the main channel. You might have noticed that I have moved back to Viking content, and if I'm still on YouTube in a year's time, the views might have picked up, maybe, on those videos. So we'll see, but I don't care. I'm not going to let this woke sensationalist burnout machine, aka YouTube, control my content or decide what kind of content I make. No, it has to do with freedom, you know. So yeah. So Uh, yeah, there are other platforms, other platforms. Problem is, people don't go to the other platforms. I'm on Rumble. People don't go to Rumble. I'm been on Rumble for a long time. People don't follow me there. Well, some do, not so many. And I have a website. That's my main platform. The address is above my head. But it's easier to go out into the garden and make a rock there in the garden, follow my website, you can subscribe to it, or Rumble, than to get people, real live people, do that. So it's would be the same with locals, you know. So is Rumble banned in France? You couldn't make this shit up, can you? uh, yeah, um, it's you have to laugh, because it's like, no, the lives, I don't do the live streams on Rumble, because then I have to pay for an extension to the whole thing, to do the lives, and then I would have to pay money. It's I'm not interested in that. You know. Um, so what do you say that's so offensive? Well, I not going to repeat that now, but I guess my presence is the fact that I'm speaking is in itself offensive, because I have noticed that also, YouTube, they've stated that they want more minorities to get more attention on YouTube, as if they didn't get all the attention already, um, thanks to the algorithm. But yeah, so yeah, we can't have people like me. Can't have people like me having a public voice, can we? It's it's not. It doesn't look good. I mean, look at this. I mean, the skin color is all wrong, and I'm a middle-aged, white, straight male. That's the worst. It's basically Satan, right? And also, I am not a Christian, and I'm critical towards what Israel is doing now, or the Israeli government, I should say, not the people in Israel, of course. So that's a good combination. And I believe in science. No, I don't believe in science. That's a foolish thing to say. It hasn't got anything to do with belief. You can believe in a religion. You don't believe in science. Science just is. It's a method. It's a method of questioning and developing and so on. But that's beside the point. We can't have people like me, um, in in the public, out in public, can we? Um, it's uh, um, let's see. FJ, turn up at your door with guns. I don't think that will happen. Why would they do that? I mean, there's no point in doing that. Uh, uh, so, okay. um, well, thank you, Annika Svelte. Um, I I changed. Oh, I just realized that I had changed the light on the screen, so it was very dark. But now I adjusted it back again. Um, yeah, I do in a box. They like that better. um, so yeah, it's FJ. That's a good attitude to have. You know, that's very honorable, and thank you for that. Mm. Tech Funk is saying science became a religion in my eyes. Well, science is not a religion. The problem was that what they called science was not science. It was just a question of money, wasn't it? And I think we all know what we're talking about. And the real scientists and the real scientific method was being, well, targeted and censored. So, yeah. Um, so, yeah, they don't have to come to your door with guns because they can just shut off your electricity. They can just close your bank account. They can just close your access to. I'm saying your in a general sense about people, people's access to Facebook and what else have you. They can just take away all the things that people like very much. That's how they do it in China. They can make it so that you can't use public transport, social credit score system, and all that. So nobody's going to come to your door with guns. That's not necessary. Most people, like 99%, will just comply to whatever comes, as long as they're fed somewhat with some crap and there is entertainment. People are so docile now that that's you know that's how we control them. Not with guns, just with comfort and with easy entertainment. Yeah, if cash goes digital, and when we have a central bank digital currency, they will also control how and when you spend money. Um, Yeah, I agree. 93% of YouTube is embarrassing. I don't know the number exactly, but I find myself watching YouTube less because the stuff that YouTube is suggesting to me is so nonsensical and stupid that I just look away and I close the whole website. You know, and that I realize that harms the views for those of us who try to provide some proper content. Um, well, thank you, Jen. Yes, you can go to my website, and there you'll find updates on my novels and videos and everything. Um, um, yeah, and money could have an expiration date, as Marco. That's absolutely possible. If they want to increase the spending, then they will just have an expiration date on the money, or the other way around. You know, they could put a limit on it. Yeah, tech functions. Although sometimes it's funny, the short clips didn't raise the quality of YouTube. Yeah, that's funny. The shorts. Yeah, that was maybe not very wise of you to push the shorts so much, YouTube. Maybe you should have concentrated on something that people actually want to watch, you know, like proper videos. Yeah. Are we going to listen to that? No, no, no. So, I have a very heavy deadlift session coming up. Um, so I guess I should get kind of ready for that. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm working a lot these days with my new novel. Mm. And yeah, I just wanted to say hello, and I will keep doing these live streams. And it's like I'll just talk about whatever I want. And hopefully, some people will find it interesting or amusing or whatever, and that's it. Okay, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. And by the way, I am uploading videos on my main channel every Saturday, and if you don't see a notification, that doesn't mean I didn't upload a video. It just means that YouTube chose not to show you. So yeah, there's a different video coming up there on this coming Saturday. It's a funny video. It's, I think you will find it funny. Okay, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.